there's a good chance that even if you don't like something, there is something positive coming from that.
Hey, today I am teaching in Irvine, and since it's always super dark when I get done teaching here, we will talk about what happened today in a few seconds, which will be tomorrow for me, but just a few seconds for you.
If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Kaz. I play drums for a living, and in this vlog series, we talk about gig-related stuff or just sometimes thoughts that come up when I do a gig. And I just want to remind you, any comments that I make are my own. I'm not representing any group when I do these vlogs. These are just my own personal thoughts and personal experiences about gigs and whatever other stuff that I talk about. All right, so let's talk about yesterday's teaching gig. I really enjoy teaching keyboard taiko. Like, they're a really good group of people. I've been lucky that the people that I teach are almost always like great people. You know, I taught high school drumline for 12 years, and in that 12 years, I had one student that I can remember that I didn't like. Guy had a bad attitude. He wouldn't do, like, he was just a bad kid. And I say that in quotes because, you know, thinking back, being older now, most likely he probably had a shitty home life, you know, and he was just taking it out on other people, on his teachers, because that's what humans do. I'm sure he himself was not a bad person at all. But anyway, he was the only person that I can remember in 12 years of having different kids come through that I didn't enjoy working with. I don't teach much at all these days. I don't particularly enjoy teaching. I never really had, but I think after I went to college and got my degree in music ed, I think that solidified me not liking teaching. But I will do it every once in a while. So like when I go to Irvine, I'm only there once a month, and that's totally cool. I don't think I could do it on a weekly basis. Again, it has nothing to do with the people. The people are great. It's just not something I super enjoy doing. I sub for taiko classes every once in a while, and that's fine every once in a while. Again, those students, always great to work with. But yeah, just teaching for whatever reason, I'm not sure we'll get into that in this video, but for whatever reason, it's just not my cup of tea. And that happens a lot in music, at least with me it has. You know, I did like band and orchestra all throughout my school time, and I didn't like the music. Every once in a while there would be a piece where I'm like, oh, this is cool, like it's either nice to listen to or maybe the part itself was fun, but like, I don't know, 98% of the music that I played in band and orchestra I didn't enjoy playing. But it was a way for me to play drums in school, so you know, I took that opportunity. I made a lot of friends in band. You know, pretty much all of the friends that I made in high school were from playing music. And almost all of the friends that I have now are musicians. So what I'm getting to is, even though I don't enjoy the act of teaching, there are a lot of good things that come from teaching. And I think we can apply this to all sorts of different things in our lives. You know, when I had a day job, I hated the work. It was mindless work. You know, it was in a field that I didn't have any interest in, but I enjoyed working with the people that I worked with. I got nice perks, like I got a steady paycheck every month. There was a gym there. I was working out 5 days a week at that point. There's a good chance that even if you don't like something, there is something positive coming from that. So, you know, you gotta weigh the pros and cons. With my day job, it got to a point where, you know, the pros were not outweighing the cons and it was time to go. And I wonder, you know, if there'll be a point in my music career where something like that happens. You know, there are times that I am tired of being poor or am tired of, you know, of just barely making enough money to pay my bills. Yeah, that gets tiring. And I do think about maybe I should go back to having a regular job. But so far, the cons of being a full-time musician have not outweighed the pros. But there might come a time where that happens. I don't know. There are things that I want to do in life that require money. And at least at this moment, I haven't figured out how to make more of it by staying in the music category and by not teaching. I'm sure I could make a lot more money if I taught. It's not something that I am willing to pursue more because I know that I don't enjoy it. And I think if I start doing more of that, it's just gonna, again, bring up that feeling of like ick. And I think it'll show in the teaching, you know? If people are hiring me to teach, I wanna do a good job. And I think if I'm feeling burnt out or like cornered, I won't be doing a good job and I won't be doing a good service for the people that are hiring me. So anyway, life, bunch of, you know, good things and bad things. And yeah, just figuring out how to navigate that. So anyway, I think we are coming to the end of this talk today. So if you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching to the end. Subscribe if you would like. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below. And I will see you in the next video.